Good morning. I'm Berks County Commissioner Christian Leinbach, and I want to welcome you to our Berks County Board of Commissioners meeting for Thursday, October the 19th. We are broadcasting live via Microsoft Teams live event, also on BCTV, as well as Facebook and YouTube Live. We'll call the meeting to order with a moment of silence, followed by a pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. This is one of those meetings where we have an annual event that we really, I don't want to say enjoy, but really look forward to when we recognize some Berks County to freedom and liberty in our country. And at this time, I recognize Ken LeBron. Ken is our director of the Berks County Department of Veterans Affairs. Ken.
Thank you so much, commissioners and leadership. Again, as Commissioner Leinbach had mentioned, my name is Ken LeBron, Director of the Berks County Veterans Affairs Office. And every year, with the support of county commissioners, we have the opportunity to recognize, to celebrate, and to honor our veterans for their service and their contributions to this great country. This year, that's going to be happening on Saturday, November 4th at Wilson Junior High School. Part of the Veterans Appreciation Dance is the Berks County Military Hall of Fame, where we take an opportunity to recognize or introduce for submission into our program service members who have extraordinary achievement in military service, significant contributions as a result of their military service. But before I get into mentioning those individuals for induction, I'd like to turn it over to Major Gerald New for his to successfully recognize veterans through this program. Major New.
Good morning. Thank you, Ken, for the introduction.
Good morning.
Commissioner, good morning. Thank you for the invitation to speak on behalf of the Wilson School District and the Junior RTC program for this great event. I'll be followed by Cadets Winchester and Jacobs, who are two outstanding cadets in our program, and they'll kind of guide a little bit more on what it means to them and why they volunteer every year to do this program and why it's important to us. I'd also like to thank the support from the local community, especially businesses like Enersys and Penske. Without their support, a lot of this would not be able to happen. And there's all the several businesses around the area that donate time and food as well to help us make this great event possible. This is the 21st year of this program, at least in this capacity. In this format, it's been about 10 years, I think, as Mr. Leinbach or Commissioner Leinbach talked about.
2010 was when we restarted.
In this format, it's been a little more formal in the sense that at the Wilson Gym for about the last 10 years. I know with support of Commissioner Leinbach and some others out there. The doors open at 3:30, but the dinner itself is from 4 to 9. There'll be a big dance band and also a local band, Josh Squared, will be providing the dance music as we go throughout the night. That usually starts about 7 o'clock. But the doors open at 3:30 to 4 to 9. Tickets can be purchased at Boscov's, any location in the local area. They can contact me at the Wilson School District as well, and there's several posters up around. They contact the VA coordinator office in Cherry Street or one of the local VFWs. They know how to get the tickets as well. They're $15 a piece. It's open to veterans and their families or anybody that just like to come out and support the veterans and come out and thank them for their service to our country. Again, the event is catered by Mission Barbecue and Russo's Italian Kitchen, and Sweet Streets Dessert. So there's plenty of food to go around. If you've been to it, I mean, they definitely leave full, that's for sure, and that's a good thing. But the cool thing is the cadets get to see the veterans in our area and thank them for their service and learn about their life story and how to preserve that. And we also partner with Muhlenberg High School, Air Force Junior RTC. They come and help provide some kids to help support the local Sea Cadets, and also the Civil Air Patrol of Reading area also help out. So we get a lot of input from the kids, and that's important. as we go through this next generation as leaders. We always try to look forward to how to empower them, encourage them, and give them the tools they need to be successful. And a lot of that is interactions with veterans and what their life story is, and maybe it can inspire one or two of them to follow in their footsteps and allow them to preserve their legacy and move forward. So it's a great opportunity for kids to come out and thank them, but really important for the community to come out and support the veterans. It's a fun event. It goes by quick. For us, it's a lot of work, but it's a fun event. Again, the entertainment value is great. The Hall of Fame is tremendous. It's kind of emotional. You learn about local heroes, which inspires other people. And that's what veterans like to do. Is we're kind of shy by nature. I think most of you met a veteran don't really talk about much, but we do like to encourage other people to do their best and achieve what's best for themselves and their own communities. It's a great way to give back. We look forward to it. Look forward to seeing you out there. This great event. This is my third year doing it. Every year we've gotten better with it, and the kids enjoy it. I'm kind of rambling on the same thing, but it's exciting. That's all I can really say about it. And it's fun to see the faces of the kids light up, and the veterans especially, when they get to see the younger generation kind of taking charge or interest in what they've done and how they live their life, and kind of finding a role model within that to hopefully inspire them to do great things. So with that, I'll stop talking and turn it over to the more important one, the kids, so they can kind of give you their perspective on what it means to them and why it's important for a community to come together and help support our veterans. And I'll turn it over to Cadet Addison Winchester.
Good morning, all. As Major News stated, I am Addison Winchester. I'm the battalion commander for Wilson Army Junior ROTC's program for the 2023 to 2024 school year. This program has been an incredible factor in most of our cadets' lives, and I certainly wouldn't be the way I am today. When we hear about the Vets Dance, we start preparation from the year back, and we start moving forward onwards. And it's our way to honor our past, current, and future veterans. It's a great way for our cadets to go immerse themselves in the community, meet new people, and understand that it's not just college after high school or trade. It's the ability to understand and hear others' stories and be able to honor them, remember them. In doing this, like Major News said, we work with our Air Force cadets, Civil Air Patrol, and Sea Cadets. Round total, we get about 800 veterans who come and show up, and we have a combination of about 200 cadets, 40 of which from Muhlenberg and about 100 from Wilson. And every year we're able to come together and make this event that definitely leaves an impact on the community. We have cadets who range from waiting on tables to helping prep for everything. And it's our way to give back to the community and talk about it with everyone else. I've been a member of this for about 3 years, since we didn't have one for my COVID year. But ever since then, we all are so excited when the day comes, and we can't wait to make a lasting impact.
Thank you.
And I'll turn it over to Gia Jacobs.
Hello, I'm Giovanna Jacobs. I am the XO of the Wilson High School JRC program. As Addison and Major New have said, the Vets Dance is a big event at our school. It's one of the biggest we perform all year, but all of it goes back to the community. The reason we do the event is for the veterans. Our cadets love to help them out, and we want to show them a good time. The event is all about showing appreciation and gratitude for the service they've done for our community and for our country all around the world. Our cadets work all year. We have meetings every Tuesday to plan the event, and our color guard and drill team and our saber team all perform during the ceremony to help interact with the veterans and show them a big appreciation for everything they've done. But we also like to talk with them and get to hear their stories. Sometimes they're not always able to tell them. So when we get to interact with them, they really get to enjoy getting to hear from us and seeing us, being interested in what they have done. I've had great conversations with veterans at all 3 of my Vets Dances that I've been a part of. Like I said, COVID year, we didn't have one. But these 3 years, I've gone to talk to many different veterans and get to hear so many stories that I never would have gone to hear without this program. And this program really does develop the leadership in our cadets. They take charge at their stations that they're in charge of, and it really shows when the veterans come over and they need help with something. Our cadets are able to help them, and so is Muhlenberg. And it just shows great leadership in our students that people don't always get to see or hear about from our generation. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Before Ken, you go into the Military Hall of Fame component. I point this out every year. We could not do this. The community could not do this without 2 major pieces. One, the commitment of the Wilson School District for the facility, and two, the Wilson ROTC program. From day one, those two things made this possible. One, the building, without the work that you do throughout the course of the year and that evening, it doesn't happen. We could have your willingness to do this facility, and the facility, I believe I'm correct, it's at least one day, maybe 2 days before.
Yes, about 2 days we set up.
2 days set up. So Wilson High School puts everything else in the fall category sports that would normally use that facility on hold because they believe honoring our veterans is so important. So thank you very much to the ROTC program, and thank you so much to the Wilson School District and their commitment to this program.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Leinbach, for your comments. You're absolutely right. You hit the nail on the head. Would not be possible without their support and their contributions to this event. As Americans, we cherish our freedoms. Most Americans genuinely pay tribute to men and women who fought in the war or in various wars, or trained and who are ready for armed conflict in defense of those freedoms. 3 national holidays recognizing the service and sacrifice of our military veterans and service members are Armed Forces Day, Memorial Day, and Veterans Day. With the support of Berks County Commissioners, Chief Operations Officer, Deputy Chief Operations Officer, Berks County is active on each of these 3 national holidays and so much more in between. As veterans, military service has taught us along the way that as people, we are stronger when we stand together as Americans with the same common goals, ideals, values, virtues, and focus. These matters in mind, and because of our military service members, millions of people can keep on living freely and in peace. As the director of the Berks County Veterans Affairs, I appreciate the opportunity to come here today to honor and recognize some of our comrades in arms who have risked their lives or achieved so much during their military service. The Berks County Board of Commissioners established the Military Hall of Fame in 2009 to recognize the men and women from Berks County who demonstrated gallantry in combat against an American enemy or who achieved significant national or international recognition for extraordinary achievement during his or her military service. There are currently 71 members inducted into the Hall of Fame, including 7 who have earned the Medal of Honor, which is America's highest honor for valor in combat. Today, I nominate for induction into the Military Hall of Fame the following 4 heroes. If approved, I request that their names be included into Berks County official history. They will also be honored for Veterans Day this year at the Veterans Appreciation Dinner Dance at Wilson Junior High School on Saturday, November 4th, 2023. Our first nominee is Sergeant Landis G. Handcraft, U.S. Army, Distinguished Flying Cross, Extraordinary Achievement. While serving as a tail gunner on a B-17 Flying Fortress, Staff Sergeant Hartcraft participated in over 30 heavy bomber operations over Germany and occupied Europe during World War II, where the survival rate for just one of these missions was dangerously slim. From flights that spanned 3 months, from March through June of 1944, he personally earned 220 flying time hours. Flying as a tail gunner was very, very uncomfortable, yet vital for the protection of the aircraft. Though he was not wounded in battle, Staff Sergeant Landis suffered other personal physical ailments as a result of this service. Tragically, he was killed in a head-on automobile collision with another vehicle on U.S. Highway 40 in Kansas on September 15, 1948, where 2 were killed and 1 was severely injured. He was only 24 years old. Our second nominee is Lieutenant Irvin W. Godbolt, U.S. Army, Bronze Star with Valor device, for heroism in connection with military operations against a hostile force. During this period, Lieutenant Godbolt led his platoon on 25 major company battalion-sized combat operations. On 19 October 1965, Lieutenant Godbolt was participating in a search and destroy operation near Ben Cat when he and 5 others were wounded by a hostile Claymore mine. Bleeding profusely, Lieutenant Godbolt exhibited remarkable stamina and courage, by immediately securing a perimeter and organizing litter teams to transport wounded to a cleared area where they could be evacuated. Lieutenant Godbolt refused to leave the area until sufficient aircraft were available to extract all wounded. On 7 February 1966, Lieutenant Godbolt's platoon was returning by truck from a road clearing operation on Highway 13, approximately 2 kilometers south of Ben Cat. A command detonated mine exploded under the vehicle, throwing Lieutenant Godbolt from the front seat. Although wounded and dazed by the concussion of the blast, Lieutenant Godbolt completely ignored his own condition and directed a search of the area, assisted the wounded, and constructed improvised litters to carry injured to safety. Lieutenant Godbolt was still dazed, was still in a dazed condition 45 minutes after the explosion when he left on the last medical evacuation helicopter. Lieutenant Godbolt's outstanding display of aggressiveness, devotion to duty, and personal bravery in keeping with the finest traditions of the military service reflect great credit upon himself and the 1st Infantry Division and the United States Army. Our third nominee is Lieutenant Thomas G. Copel, United States Navy, Navy Commendation with Valor Device.
Capel. Tom
Capel. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know him.
Capel, issued to Lieutenant Capel for services set forth in the following citation for heroic achievement as a pilot of jet aircraft while attached to Fighter Squadron 142 embarked on USS Constellation. On 14 January 1970, Lieutenant Capel flew the winged aircraft of a 2-plane attack mission in Southeast Asia. Despite heavy anti-aircraft fire in the area, he placed all of his bombs on target, resulting in 5 enemy trucks destroyed and many secondary explosions and many enemy casualties. His professional determination, in spite of heavy anti-aircraft fire and adverse weather conditions, resulted in substantial damage to the enemy's logistics efforts. Lieutenant Capel's superb airmanship, courage, and devotion to duty reflect great credit upon himself and were in keeping with the highest traditions of the United States Naval Service. Lieutenant Capel flew 150 combat missions and made more than 220 aircraft carrier landings. Our fourth nominee is Colonel Donald F. Klein, United States Air Force, Legion of Merit, 1 device, Distinguished Flying Cross, 14 air medals, extraordinary achievement. And you all know him because he was the prior commander from Muhlenberg High School's ROTC program, and he supported this Veterans Appreciation Dinner Dance in the past as well. Colonel Klein distinguished himself by exceptionally meritorious conduct in the performance of outstanding services to the United States as a vice commander of 39th Tactical Group in Kirlik Air Base, Republic of Turkey, Vice Commander of 81st Tactical Fighter Wing, Royal Air Base, Bentwaters, and Royal Air Force Woodbridge, England, from 27 July 1987 through 29 June of 1990. Under his leadership, the 39th Tactical Group's North Atlantic Treaty Organization tactical evaluation earned many best ever observed accolades and was commended for professionalism, dedication, and esprit de corps. Colonel Klein was responsible for the largest war reserve material program in the Republic of Turkey, with assets exceeding $140 million. As vice commander of the 81st Tactical Fighter Wing, he honed the wing to a razor's edge of combat readiness with superior results. The superior initiative, outstanding leadership, and personal endeavor displayed by Colonel Klein reflect great credit upon himself and the United States Air Force. In short, Colonel Klein has accomplished a lot over the course of his military career, but the best way that I can describe his service is that he was a Top Gun of Top Guns. After 48 years of service in the Air Force, he dedicated 22 more years of his life as a Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps instructor, where he taught in 3 different schools, to include Muhlenberg High School here in Reading, where he served as a leader and a role model for countless students. So Berks County Commissioners, I present these 4 nominees for induction into the Berks County Military Hall of Fame, and would like to now turn it over to you for questions, comments, remarks, and for your votes.
I would be honored to make a motion to induct the 4 nominees to the Berks County Military Hall of Fame for their extraordinary service to our nation.
I will second that motion. The motion has been made and seconded. Any comments?
Just want to, Ken, thank you for your work and the work of the team in going through these applications and selecting the nominees today. By what you've read, we've heard the great service that they've had for our nation. So we're grateful to them, and we're really honored to be able to induct them into the Berks County Military Hall of Fame this year. Looking forward to having this ceremony on November the 4th.
Thank you so much. We look forward to having you, and it's going to be a great time.
So maybe you could touch on some of those people. I know Don and Tom will probably be there to receive their accommodation. Obviously, the young man that was killed in 1948 won't be, but will there be a family member
Yes.
there? And then the third one I'm not familiar with.
We will work to the best of our ability to have a family member, a familiar relative be represented at the event. At bare minimum, we can have the individual or organization who nominated the person to be present to receive the awards.
I think that's probably the other thing. We do this once a year, but briefly explain the process, that these aren't people that we pursue, but there's an application process, and people know someone that they believe might meet the qualifications, how they can apply for next year.
Absolutely. So more information regarding this program and our application can be found on the website, the Berks County Veterans Affairs website. And it talks about eligibility criteria that we're looking for with regard to this program, as well as the evidence and or the documentation to support that application. But we request the applications from the community, from private individuals, from service organizations in the community. And we package those applications and we present them to a volunteer committee, which consists of one member from each branch of the military service. So this year we had 5 represented on this volunteer committee. We didn't have Space Force, and those veterans are hard to come by right now. But I'm sure in due time we'll have representation from the Space Force, which is a function of the Air Force. But we review those applications. This year I was able to facilitate the meeting, provide guidance and direction, but ultimately those volunteers made a vote, and majority vote of those applicants and applications came to you today, which were those 4.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Any other discussion?
Just before we vote, it's not relative to the vote, but Ken, want to thank you for your service as a veteran. Also, thank you for your service here to Berks County. Ken will be leaving the county in about a month or so. Want to appreciate all the work you've done for our veterans here in Berks County and for the county, and wish you the best in your future endeavors.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your support immensely. It's bittersweet. Thank you.
Yeah, I had and we'll vote here in a second, but I actually this morning checked my Facebook. I had a memory pop up from 2017. You looked younger. You had no beard. I think we were at Veterans Grove.
How much younger did you look?
I'm
gray hairs.
No, I just it was interesting that it popped up because I knew we were going to see you today, and really do appreciate
Thank you.
your leadership. And thank you too when you announced your retirement for giving us enough lead time that hopefully we have the new person in place before you leave. And I know you and your wife have some plans for the future and been talking about this for quite some time.
Yes.
So all the best, but you've done a great job with our VA and with our veterans. I know your team at the VA appreciates you, but so do many in the community involved with veterans and veterans groups.
Definitely. Thank you. It's certainly been an honor, to say the least. and I appreciate your kind words.
You're very welcome. There are no other comments. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The motion is carried. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ken.
I would normally ask, are there any additions or corrections for the meeting minutes? But I happen to know that there is a correction necessary on the minutes, so I'm going to refer to our chief clerk.
Good morning, and thank you, Commissioner Linebaugh.
I love the outfit, by the way.
Thank you. I knew you would appreciate that. Although there are no excuses for any errors in the minutes, I will say that I was very heartbroken over my Atlanta Braves losing. But nevertheless, there is a correction to the minutes under the agenda items approving the agenda. The last line should read, Commissioner Sahelnik seconded the motion, and Commissioner Rivera initialed the motion, and Commissioner Sahelnik seconded. I have Commissioner Rivera listed twice.
Okay. So with that correction, is there a motion to approve the minutes as amended?
I move to approve the minutes as amended.
I will second that motion. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The motion is carried. There were no executive sessions since the last commissioners meeting, and at this time I'll recognize Barbara Lopez, Executive Assistant to Commissioner Rivera, to read the public comment policy.
Thank you, Commissioner Linebaugh. Public comment will be accepted in person and through the Q&A function. Please include your first name, last name, and municipality for all comments. Any comments without name and municipality will not be considered. Each citizen can submit one comment. Comment length is dictated by limitations of the platform being used, Teams Q&A, Facebook, and YouTube. In-person comments will be accepted first, followed by comments submitted virtually. The meeting comment period is limited to a total of 30 minutes, including both in-person and virtual comments. This time period may be extended at the discretion of the board. Please be concise. Comments that are germane to county business will be read during the meeting and should not be considered to be interactive dialogue with the commissioners. The county solicitor shall be the final arbiter of whether a comment is germane and should be read. Any commissioner response to public comment will be done at the discretion of the commissioners.
Thank you very much, Barbara. There's no public comment on agenda items, either in person or online. And I'm going to take a slight detour here at this time. And let me see if I can, give me grief here. Trying to bring up my screen. That's not the one I wanted. Just 1 second. Oh, here we go. So this week, Berks County and Reading were privileged to host the annual PETA conference, the Pennsylvania Economic Development Association. And one of our own was recognized this week, and we have her here with us today, and that is Pamela Shupp-Mennett. She is our Director of Community and Economic Development. She is also a former president of PETA, very well respected, and this week she was honored with the annual award for Economic Developer of the Year. And this is for all of Pennsylvania. We're very, very proud of her. This is a picture from the event. There was a luncheon where she was honored, and all three of the commissioners were able to be there, get our picture with Pam versus the other way around. And we just wanted to take an opportunity at this commissioners meeting today to recognize you. Somehow we got back the certificate that we presented to her at the event, but I do want to read it. I normally don't read the certificates, but it says this award recognizes an individual whose innovation and creative concepts to enhance economic development. With over 35 years of public and private experience in planning, economic, housing, and community development, Pamela is one of the premier economic development professionals in Pennsylvania and beyond. Pamela believes in helping others succeed. Her passion and love for what she does is contagious to everyone around her. She has an uncanny ability to draw out the best in those around her. Pamela is a proven leader with unwavering devotion who has pulled upon her vast experiences to allow individuals and communities to reach their fullest potential. As Berks County Commissioners, we are pleased to join the Pennsylvania Economic Development Association to honor Pamela Shupp-Mennett as the 2023 Economic Developer of the Year. And it's signed by all three commissioners. If you don't mind, come on up, shake your hand. If you'd like to say a few things, we would welcome your thoughts.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations. She didn't know about this, by the way.
Commissioners, they say in your career that there's no greater honor than to be recognized by your peers, and to be recognized by my peers across the Commonwealth has been especially meaningful. But what makes it even better is the fact that I have the opportunity and the privilege to work in my home community, and not many professionals in our field can say that. So I want to thank you for adding on to the recognition that I received this week, and also say that implementing a strategic economic development plan for Berks County is absolutely a highlight, if not the premier highlight of my career. And it's thanks to your belief in the process and the practice and the plan that is allowing us to do that. And commissioners, I can't thank you enough for the support, for the plan, for me as a professional, for our team that we've put together, and for your commitment to the future of Berks County. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Derek Harris works for Pam, and Derek helped get her here. I'm guessing you put the word out to Aaron Gantz from GRCA and Jeremy Zabrowski from the IDA, who are also here. These are part of the team that help us make economic development possible here in Berks County. And Pam, thank you for your leadership and congratulations.
And also, Pam, thank you for your hard work in the county. Congratulate you for your award. We're glad to have you here. You have many, many, many years of experience in the field. Not only the experience, but as you say, it's also about relationships. It's about knowing the people, who to go to, where to go to, and when people come to you as well for advice. So we really appreciate that. You've been a huge asset to the county, and we look forward to continue working with you and bringing better things to the county yet. So thank you, Derek. Thank you for the work that you do with Pam as well. You make a great team, and we're very happy for all the work that you do. Also want to comment, which Jeremy had made the comment, actually sent an email earlier today. The Pennant Conference that was held here was a great turnout, actually the largest turnout ever. They all came to see Pam for the turnout. But I also want to thank Erin Gans from the Greater Reading Chamber Alliance. She was key in making sure that the conference was a successful conference here in Reading and in Berks County, and the whole team that helped put this together left people that came with a great impression of Reading and of Berks County. So Erin, thank you for your work, and also thank you to the Craig Poole at the Doubletree Reading also, because people were very, very happy about the treatment and how things ran there at the hotel as well. So again, Pam, congratulations, and to everyone who made this conference successful here in Berks County, thank you as well.
So in case we lose folks, I'm going to go to one of my comments at the very end. I was also going to recognize Derek Harris and Jeremy Zabrowski, along with Jamie Perez from the Redevelopment Authority, because everything runs together. Was this last night? The night before?
Tuesday night.
Yeah, that's right. That same night as the Phillies game, because I had to get back for that. But Derek Harris, working in our economic development team, Jeremy, executive director of the Berks County IDA, and Jamie Perez, I don't know exact title, but he oversees housing coordinator for the Berks Redevelopment Authority, all received their master planner certificate from CELG. And that was great to see. I think there were six roughly. I think there were six people recognized, and three of them directly either county employee or directly connected to county government. So congratulations. Since we're in the economic development discussion, I figured I'd just put that in there now.
Just
one way to beat you to it.
Yeah. I'll just take the time now to again congratulate Derek and Jeremy and Jamie for going through that. It was 20, how many hours was it? 21, 27 hours? 27 hours of three different classes of 9 hours each to get certification. They go through different classes. So congratulations. It's a huge opportunity to be able to get that for the work that you do here in Berks County.
With that, we will move into adopt a resolution authorizing 2023 budget transfers in the amount of $65,868 and 2023 appropriations in the amount of $1 per listing dated October the 13th of 2023. We have one item listed under Human Resources, authorize the appointment of Karen Resendez to Deputy Administrator, Outreach Services Coordinator, Library System. Several items listed under the Commissioners. Item A, adopt a resolution approving the 2023 Berks County Hazard Vulnerability Assessment Mitigation Plan update. Item B, adopt a resolution authorizing the execution of the Berks County Adult Probation Office grant and aid application for fiscal year 23-24 to the Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency. The grant is in the amount of $454,448 and is 100% reimbursed by the state. Item C, adopt a resolution authorizing a letter of support on behalf of the Veterans Brotherhood concerning their grant application to the PA Veterans Trust Fund for funding to assist with emergency housing assistance to veterans and their families. Item D, adopt a resolution authorizing the chair to execute the Juvenile Court Judges Commission Probation Services Grant Award Notification for the acceptance of a grant award in the amount of $478,868 for the period of July 1, 2023 through June 30th of 2024. Item E, adopt a resolution authorizing the establishment of a micro purchase threshold higher than the federal threshold established in the federal acquisition regulations in accordance with the Code of Federal Regulations. This resolution shall serve as the county's self-certification to establish a micro purchase threshold of $50,000. This threshold shall only be applicable in such cases that procurement of the required goods and or services under the county code for third-class counties has a higher purchase threshold than the amount identified under 45 and the numbers listed, or has no threshold. Those purchases of goods or services considered to be exempt under the code. This self-certification is being established for a one-year term and shall be effective October 21st, 2023. Property, goods, and or services purchased utilizing federal funds shall continue to follow the greater, more stringent requirement. Now, if you understood that, I read it several times. I still don't exactly understand, but I happen to know it's correct. So take my word for it. Item F, adopt a resolution authorizing Robert Patrizio Jr., Chief Financial Officer, to execute the application for our excess worker compensation policy renewal with the ARCH Insurance for the policy period January 1, 2024 through January 1, 2025. And policy G, adopt a resolution authorizing the County of Berks to participate in the Amity Township Water Sewer Tax Increment Financing TIF District for a period not to exceed 10 years, and authorizing the chair to execute the cooperation agreement by and among the County of Berks, Berks County Industrial Development Authority, Township of Amity, and Daniel Boone Area School District, subject to final approval of the cooperation agreement and TIF plan documents forms by the Berks County Solicitor's Office. Item 2, a motion to authorize execution of contract agreements and amendments as set forth on the contract agenda listing dated October the 16th of 2023. There are a total of 6 contracts, 1 with the Berksheim, 1 with Children and Youth Services, 2 jointly with Children and Youth Services and Juvenile Probation, 1 with the Department of Emergency Services, and 1 with the Sheriff's Office. Item 3, a motion to authorize execution of the payments and electronic transfers for the week ending October the 19th of 2023. Item 4, a motion to authorize execution of employee payroll disbursements dated October 24th of 2023. Item 5, a motion to authorize execution of the third quarter 2023 local earned income tax and local services tax dated October 24 of 2023.
Motion to approve the agenda as presented.
I'll second that motion. The motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The motion is carried. With that, we'll move to reports of our treasurer and controller, and we'll begin with Socrates Georgiadis, our acting county treasurer.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We have an opening balance today of $237,994,284.57. A balance to clear of $7,198,173.78, leaving us with a balance of $230,796,110.79. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Sock. And we'll move now to our controller's office and Sandy Graffia. Sandy?
Hello there, my dears. Today's
Hello.
total accounts. Then don't throw me off my pace, Christian. Total accounts payable.
You said hello, my dears, and I felt obligated to respond and acknowledge. I assumed you were talking to me.
I was talking to you and Michael. Total accounts payable, $10,643,908.41. We had a tax collector payroll this week of $12,508.50. We had a total payroll for employees of $4,976,032.95 for a grand total of $15,632,449.86. The end.
Thank you very much, Sandy. We'll move now to Kevin Barnhart for our Chief Operations Report.
The only thing our team has to say is go Phillies.
That's a good thing to say. And now we'll turn to Commissioner Michael Rivera.
Okay. Have a few items here, so I will go through them quickly, but just to let you know, this past Friday, the 13th, was the Story Trail grand opening at the Berksheim. We had the opportunity to go visit that, and it's a new display labeled as a library story trail, and it features content beyond the traditional children's storybook pages displayed at the other exhibits throughout the county. Just as with other Berks County Library story walks, visitors of the Berksheim Story Trail will move from post to post, reading the display pages while enjoying the outdoors. For its official unveiling, the Story Trail highlights a collection of historical photographs and artwork of notable local landmarks and destinations. Each of the images is paired with a brief description and a trivia question that is answered on the following display. And just to let you know, Barbara, we got how many? 3.5 of the trivia questions, right? So we answered 3.
Right.
3.5 right, correct.
Half.
Well, because there was, well, I won't say which one it is, but there was something, if you looked at it and read it properly, it kind of gave the answer away. So we counted it as half good response.
That sounds a little nuts.
Yeah. We want it to be fair.
Okay.
So if you're in the area of the Berksheim, drop by and take a look at the story trail and see how many of the trivia questions you can get right and learn a little bit more about Berks County history. Talking about story walks, the Arboretum Library Story Walk has a new display now, and it is Explore Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood. And it was this fall, it's going to be there. So, and that's at the Reading Public Museum at the Arboretum there. So drop by and see that. It's a great opportunity to take a walk outside with your children and read that story. And after you complete the story walk, you may also stop inside the museum to request an activity bag. And if you are not aware, if you are a holder of a Berks County Public Library card, you can borrow books and DVDs of Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood, as well as admission passes to the Reading Public Museum to participate of the Topton Parade. A great opportunity there. It's had tons of fun there meeting the people of Topton. Also, this past Monday, I had the opportunity to take part of the 22nd Annual Silent Witness March, which is held by Safe Berks. It starts at Safe Berks. We walk through the city, end up at the at RAC, where there's a ceremony there, and this is against domestic violence. So October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. One of the speakers at this event on Monday was Ron Rutkowski, who works here at our controller's office, and Ron was speaking about his mother's experience with domestic violence. She was killed at the tender age of 27 due to domestic violence. So he was there speaking out against domestic violence and sharing his story and how it has affected his family. So I want to thank Ron for being willing to share this with other people so we can stop domestic violence. Also this Tuesday, we had the SOS Berks breakfast. SOS Berks is a coalition against the use of opioids here in Berks County. And the breakfast had the intent of bringing people together to educate them around what SOS Berks is and how they can help. SOS Berks was actually started by Kevin Barnhart when he was a commissioner, together with the Council on Chemical Abuse. Now I am the co-chair together with Kathy Knoll, who is the executive director at the Council on Chemical Abuse. So if you have any interest in learning more about SOS Berks, what they do, how you can help out, visit sosberks.org. That's sosberks.org to see how you can help in the fight against opioids here in Berks County. Tuesday, we also had all three of us, Commissioner Leinbach, Commissioner Sahelnik, and myself, had the opportunity to go to the ribbon cutting of the Berks Free Medical Clinic, which is starting at Mary Shelter here in Reading. It's a great collaboration between Mary Shelter and the Berks Free Medical Clinic to provide free medical services for those who do not have health insurance and cannot afford to pay a doctor. So great work, Mary Shelter, and great work, Berks Free Medical Clinic, which was called Western Berks Free Medical Clinic because they have a medical clinic in the Robizonia area. But now, since they're also moving into Reading, they changed the name to Berks Free Medical Clinic. And through the ARPA dollars, we were able to help get this clinic started, which will have a great impact on the people in that area. Also on Tuesday, we had the CELG, the Center for Excellence in Local Government Open House, which we already congratulated Derek and Jeremy and Jamie for their Master Planners certificate. And a few events coming up is this Saturday at the Reading Regional Airport. It is the Reading Aviation Festival and Career Fair. It will be Saturday from 9 a.m. to 5 a.m., rain or shine, because a lot of it will be inside the Reading Regional Airport Terminal. And there's festival elements, including aircraft displays, food, and live music. And the goal of this event is to promote aviation, workforce development, and industry growth while providing some fun community outreach. So please stop by the Reading Regional Airport this Saturday between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. There is no cost to attend. It's fair.org. Or you can search on Facebook, Reading Aviation and Career Fair. The last item is this Saturday, weather permitting, is the Boyertown Halloween Parade at 7 p.m. So if you're in the area, drop by there and say hi. Commissioner Leinbach and I will be there handing out candy. So if you want some candy, drop by the Boyertown Parade this Saturday. That's all I have.
Thank you very much. Two items that I want to cover. First, I want to point out our chief clerk. I'm not a betting person, so I don't put money down on stuff. But Carmen is a great longtime Atlanta Braves fan. And I was married in Atlanta, so there's a certain love there too. But I'm a longtime Phillies fan. And the deal we made is whoever loses has to wear a jersey of the team that won. So if you want to stand up, but I'm going to stand with her. So Carmen and I are both Phils, but guess what she brought along? And you know what? That's absolutely okay.
Look how he just threw it back down. Carmen, he knows how he just threw it back down.
They folded, right?
I'm a guy. I don't know how to fold stuff. I've looked at the YouTubes with all the tricks on folding stuff. I'm just no good at it. One other thing, I also want to promote the aviation career fair, and I'm going to play a brief video that was created by the Reading Aero Club in cooperation with the airport. So I will share my screen, sound.
We've had a lot of air show history at Reading, and if anyone knows our history, we've had a large amount of air shows up until 1998.
For many, many years, the airport has been owned outright by the county of Berks. When I took office in 2008, there were no aviation people on the airport authority. I had some discussions with people here at the airport about a more direct role of the county with the airport. And the reason that's valuable, you have the same people making the decisions for the authority that really make the financial decisions for the county. We're looking at everything. We want Reading to become the top general aviation airport in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. We believe that that's doable, and you do that by constantly looking at where aviation is going and how we fit into that future.
The Reading Aero Club was celebrating its 90th anniversary. One of our guys decided that we should give back to the community and pitched the idea of doing a career fair so we could kind of draw the local community into the airfield and then also try to give back. We all considered it a great success. We had 21 exhibitors and we estimated between 300 and 500 folks attended, but we're looking to make it bigger.
We are trying to jump to a more active, engaged festival type atmosphere at the airport. To do that, we'd like to create something that the community can be excited for from year to year.
One of the things last year when we were talking about this event was if we can help one person find a career path that helps their dreams come true, then it'll be all worthwhile. It just so happens that last year we did have a student that came to the career fair and applied for the Piedmont tuition payment program and was awarded the scholarship.
Piedmont Airlines has a tuition assistant program. We pay 100% of the tuition to candidates who would apply to get accepted into our program to become certified aircraft mechanics. We actually also give them a fully loaded aircraft maintenance toolbox. It's worth about $6,000. Once they graduate and pass their federal testing, the best part about it is we promise to give them a career.
It's just really humbling. I was really interested at a young age, being from a family that has aviation. It's kind of in my blood. I always was interested in Legos, building them to not look at the instructions. And I really flourished in that. So I kind of knew right away I want to do something with airplanes.
We started this program 3 years ago, and we currently have 96 students. They will get a certificate to be an aircraft mechanic. I actually look at them as family. They're not just another employee here. They're someone that we've hand-chosen to be part of this group.
Aviation is a growth industry. We are actively trying to get recruiting teams or trying to get schools who have programs that teach people how to do these skills so they can be very valuable to the aviation industry.
I think what I see and some others see, and that is the potential of aviation growth and aviation staff right here in Reading and Berks County.
I'd like to see the airport become a bigger part of the community, and I want to build something. The amount of work and time and sweat and elbow grease that we put into this place will affect a lot of people's lives.
It's because of the greatest generation that we now have an opportunity to grow this airport to be something vitally important to aviation in Pennsylvania, but to aviation here in Reading and Berks County.
So that is all that I have. Any comments from our row officers? Sandy.
Michael, I appreciate the fact that you highlighted Ron's opportunity to speak about his mother at the Safe Berks Walk. You know, I've known for a long time that his mother was a victim of abuse. And I talked to him about it and asked him if he has negative feelings toward his stepfather, who ended up killing her. And he told me something very interesting. He said the very fact that he lost his mom at such a young age and had to be raised at the Hershey School with his brother has made him what he is today. And as a thing to deal with, to view in a positive nature, that's what made him what he is today. Thanks, Michael.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that, Sandy. No public comment online, no public comment in person. That brings us to the end of the agenda. Oh, sorry.
It wasn't bad.
Okay, just go ahead. Give your name and your municipality.
Yeah, I wasn't planned, but since we're talking about Phillies, I thought I'd share something with you.
Sure.
We were last night at the Queen concert in Philly, which I cannot describe as a fan. How that was. But Brian May at the end, when they were singing "We Are the Champions," had a T-shirt with a Phillies, and I thought you would have loved that moment. That's it.
Thank you for sharing. That is pretty cool. Anyone else?
Motion to adjourn.
The meeting stands adjourned.